Most men think the way to make a woman miss them is to chase harder, text more, buy gifts, or constantly remind her of their presence. But here's the truth, none of that works. In fact, the harder you chase, the less she values you. Women don't miss the man who's always available. They miss the man who understands psychology, the one who knows how to create a gap in her mind that only he can fill. Think about it. Why does the guy she barely noticed at first sometimes become the one she can't stop thinking about later? Why do some men get ignored no matter what they do, while others, without trying so hard, end up being the ones she runs back to? The difference isn't logic, it's emotion. This isn't about cheap tricks or fake confidence. It's about flipping the script and using psychology to spark curiosity, desire, and longing. Even if she isn't interested right now, she'll find herself replaying conversations, wondering about you and craving your presence when you're gone. So, how do you make her miss you? Step 1, disappear, strategically. One of the biggest mistakes men make is being too available, constantly texting back, always answering calls or reshuffling your life just to see her. At first, it might feel like devotion, but to her, it sends a very different message. You're predictable, and your presence requires no effort to earn. And what happens when something feels unlimited? She takes it for granted. That's why strategic disappearance works. Not ghosting her, not cutting her off completely, but pulling back just enough for her to feel your absence. Human psychology is simple. We value what feels scarce, and we get curious about what suddenly feels distant. If you're always in her face, she won't have space to think about you. But when you step back, her curiosity kicks in. She starts to wonder, what's he doing? Who's he with? Why isn't he chasing me? And that's when missing you begins. Imagine this. You and a woman are texting daily. She's gotten used to your instant replies. Then, one day, you don't respond right away. Instead, you take a few hours, stay busy, live your life, and let the silence linger. That tiny shift plants a seed. Suddenly, she's checking her phone more often, wondering if your interest is fading. That thought alone makes her miss the attention she once took for granted. This is the power of strategic absence. The dynamic flips. You stop chasing her presence, and she starts craving yours. Next, nostalgia. If you want a woman to miss you, it's not enough to just be around. You need to leave behind moments that matter. Human beings are wired to relive powerful emotions. When you create experiences that stand out, she won't just think of you in the present. She'll crave the feeling you gave her. The secret is subtlety. Don't force it with messages like, "Remember when we did this?" Instead, let the memory breathe on its own. A song, a phrase, even a silly inside joke can bring you rushing back to her mind without you lifting a finger. Picture this. You take her out for ice cream one night. In the middle of it, you say something so playful that she laughs until her stomach hurts. That moment locks into her memory. Weeks later, she passes the same shop or hears someone repeat that phrase, and instantly the spark of that night returns. Even in your absence, nostalgia does the heavy lifting. When you build moments worth remembering, you don't have to force her to think of you. Her own mind becomes your greatest ally. And once she starts linking you to those unforgettable feelings, missing you isn't a choice. It's automatic. 3. Stay unpredictable. Nothing kills attraction faster than predictability. If she can already guess what you'll say, how you'll react, and exactly what you'll do next, the mystery dies, and with it, the spark. Think about it. When something becomes routine, we stop noticing it. The same happens in relationships. If you're always available at the same time, always texting the same way, always saying yes to everything, she'll quickly feel like she's figured you out. And once she believes she has you fully mapped out, there's nothing left for her to chase. But staying unpredictable doesn't mean playing childish games or pulling away for no reason. It means keeping her curious, just enough to keep her mind engaged. When she can't fully predict you, she starts asking herself, what's he thinking? What's he going to do next? That's the exact mental state where missing you becomes inevitable. The men women miss the most are the ones who don't hand over everything at once. They reveal themselves in layers. They switch things up. They keep just enough mystery alive so every interaction feels fresh, even months into knowing each other. When you stop being predictable, the dynamic shifts. Instead of her getting comfortable and taking you for granted, she stays intrigued. And when you're not around, her mind doesn't rest. It keeps turning, questioning, and missing you. 4. Build a life she wants to be part of. Here's where most men get it wrong. They make a woman the center of their world. Their time, their energy, even their happiness. Everything revolves around her. And then they wonder why she doesn't value it. The truth? No woman misses a man who has nothing going on for himself. If your life looks empty without her, she won't fight to be in it. Attraction isn't built on desperation. It's built on value. Women are drawn to men with purpose, men who are chasing something bigger than just a relationship. A man with goals, passions, and direction creates a natural pull. She doesn't just see a guy, she sees a lifestyle worth joining. Too many men waste energy trying to prove their worth to a woman instead of building a life that makes her want to be included. If you're constantly available, constantly scrolling, constantly doing nothing meaningful, don't expect her to feel invested. What is she really supposed to miss? Here's the truth. When you're busy creating, achieving, and living fully, she feels it. She sees you as rare, someone whose attention actually carries weight. And when she realizes she can't have your time on demand, that's when she starts craving it. So stop centering your life around women. Build your world first. Make it exciting, full, and meaningful. Because when you do, she won't just miss you. She'll fear being left out of your reality. Control emotion. Most men think making a woman miss them means keeping everything smooth, safe, and easy. They avoid tension, avoid saying no, and bend over backwards to keep her happy. But that's exactly why they fail. Emotions don't work on flat lines. If everything feels predictable, she won't feel any depth. And if she doesn't feel deeply, she won't miss you when you're gone. Attraction thrives in contrast. The highs feel higher when there are occasional lows. Excitement feels stronger because it's not constant. A woman doesn't get hooked on a steady drip of attention. She gets hooked on the roller coaster of emotions she experiences with a man who knows when to give, when to pull back, and when to challenge her. This doesn't mean being toxic. It means standing your ground, speaking your truth, and not fearing disagreement. It means showing her your life doesn't revolve around keeping her comfortable 24/7. That balance of joy, tension, excitement, and desire, that's what creates emotional investment. Here's the part most men miss. If you're always trying to play it safe, you're forgettable. She won't remember the man who folded just to keep the peace. She remembers the one who made her feel alive. And when you're not around, that's the energy she misses most. At the end of the day, most men waste their lives trying to figure out how to please women. And, ironically, that's why women don't end up missing them. Here's the controversial truth. The man who refuses to make a woman his priority is the man she chases hardest. That flips everything you've been taught. You've been told to invest, to prove yourself, to constantly show effort. But women don't miss effort. They miss presence. They miss energy. They miss the man who can stand on his own and doesn't need them to survive. That's the reality most men never accept. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop your experiences in the comments. Times when you tried too hard and it backfired, or moments when pulling back made her chase you instead. I'll be going through the comments myself and reaching out because your stories matter. And remember this, what we've covered today is only the surface of female psychology. What truly makes her obsessed goes far deeper. And once you understand that, you'll never look at attraction the same way again.